So I tried to get a Spotify account to do MGK to get this interview, but
I have Spotify.
I couldn't figure out how to do it. Plus, we'd have to find the interview and we'd have to find the best quote. So I just isolated this guy's quote, and it's very short. Since I don't have I could not download Spotify, so I will never realize my dream of being a DJ. Because a Spotify account is like the new Wheels of Steel.
No, it's got a lot of shit on there.
Yeah.
There's a lot on Spotify. Because I mean, you can upload your own content. Like they don't have to sponsor you or whatever.
Okay.
It's like iTunes.
I will keep that in mind.
They don't have everything. There's a few bands that they don't have because I'm into obscure music. But yeah, they have like local bands from Charleston and shit on there.
Oh, cool. Maybe they got my favorite Chicago band, Mayor Daley.
Maybe.
Without further ado, roll that clip.
This is some guy.
This is very important. The state of rock and roll depends on rock stars. I gotta see some you. I have to see some you in it. I want some attitude, dude. Like this is what I will tell you. I did Warped Tour, and these would wear comfortable shoes on stage every day. Your fucking Nike New Balance fucking comfy shoes because it makes you feel comfortable. Put on some Doc Martens, put on some Chucks, put on some Vans, it's not about you.
They are.
It's about the show. You don't look cool, man. I hate your feet. I hate your shoes. I hate everything about you're comfortable. Rock and roll's not comfortable. It's uncomfortable. It's a metaphor. Your shoes are a metaphor. Next question.
That's a quote that I'm gonna keep.
Your shoes are a metaphor.
Oh my god,
dude! I just love
that. I have thoughts like that very often.
Really?
I would say I'm probably at like a 6 and he's at a solid 11.
Do you fucking ever look at fucking comics and go, "Your fucking shoes, man"? Only if they're sandals, right?
No. I judge comedians on their fashion sense.
Do you?
So much. One, he's at least in his 40s and he dresses like he's 16. Just literally seen him wear tie-dye skinny jeans. I wear skinny jeans, I'm not judging that, but...
Tie-dye skinny jeans? I don't know what you're talking about.
I mean, hey, look at me. I'm likable.
Hey, man, I just want to... Yeah, that guy? Okay.
Yeah. Dude, that is something. I mean, sandals is the main one that's a metaphor, I would say. But
it's a metaphor for gross.
That is pretty funny, but Chuck Taylor's and fucking... I mean, people say Doc Martens are comfortable.
Fucking... dude,
I feel like
I don't know too many rock stars that wear fucking... I don't know too many rock stars that wear fucking Doc Martens. Dude, you know who is the most comfortable motherfucker on fucking stage was Kurt Cobain. That motherfucker used to wear his grandma's sweaters and shit. He wore
Chuck Taylors, though.
He wore Chucks sometimes. He also wore, like, Reeboks and shit. Like, the fucking shitty black kind.
Yeah, I mean, they're comfortable.
Like the fucking, like, the McDonald's kind.
Also, like, Warped Tour, I'm sure by, like, the fucking... 6th city, your body is pretty tired.
Oh, yeah, and you're in the heat.
But I love that he's like, the state of rock, and then he brings up Warped Tour. If you asked anybody about Warped Tour, they would not say, it's a rock festival. You know what I mean?
He's fucking doing a show. Here's my prediction. Because you know the thing that happened with Slipknot, right?
No.
So he got up.
Oh, yeah, he shit on them for wearing masks?
Yeah, for being 50 years old and playing a show. And because he got shit on them because a bunch of audience members left his fucking show to go to see Slipknot.
To go see Slipknot? That's
which
where
makes sense.
Started? Okay, I never knew.
And he got fucking mad, and then he's like, show the light on the audience. I want to know who the real fans are. You don't have any fucking real fans. Dude, here's the thing but Nirvana used to dress very comfortably on stage. And you watch their MTV fucking... Okay, their MTV show? No, their MTV fucking Video Award show.
Oh, word.
They trashed the fucking stage. Because he fucking, at the MTV VMAs, he smashed a guitar and it just seemed so scripted. The fucking Nirvanas, they trashed they spent 2 minutes trashing the entire fucking set, including the drum kit. He took a fucking guitar and just stabbed the fucking amps fucking Chris Novoselic threw his bass into the air, and then it flew down and knocked him out. He was knocked out on stage from his own guitar. And then Dave Grohl started yelling into a mic and trying to pick a fight with Axl Rose, like started ripping on Axl Rose. Kept going, hi, Axl.
Trash.
Hi, Axl. And then that's fucking rock, dude. And it's not a coincidence that their music is good.
Yeah, I actually heard my roommate, for some reason, was listening to his music. It was really funny. Like, the hipster genre pretentiousness in me came out real hard because he was like, I think you'd like it, Gabe. He was like,
He's talking about MGK?
yeah, because now he makes
He's
like,
got a pink guitar.
now he makes like pop punk, yeah. And it's not even really that. It's like, I mean, the only thing about it that's pop punk is it is music to help you pick up and fuck 17-year-olds.
Pop punk isn't even a real thing. They just called it pop punk because Green Day became huge.
No, it's its own style.
I guess
Has
Blink 182 wasn't in that
one-
punk documentary.
Yeah, but like, pop punk it's different. They actually care about the singer being able to sing. It's not just like yelling.
Yeah, I thought that was emo.
No, emo on it. True emo leans towards hardcore. What you're thinking of is Midwest emo, and even that is based on like voice cracky, like really emotional lyrics. Like it sounds like you're just like, once the dogs will quit their barking. Like, you don't care about your vocals as long as the emotion is depicted. But in like pop punk, they want you to have a good singer. But like I said, it's just music for adults to pick up 17-year-olds. Like,
Do you know what my favorite MGK rap record was?
No.
Kid Rock's Greatest Hits.
Was he on that?
No, I'm
I'm
just
kidding.
saying. The kid's a
No, I know.
fucking...
But like, yeah,
This kid's a scam artist.
he said it was emo, and I was like, no, dude, you want to listen to emo? You look up. I would set myself on fire for you, or Page 99. That's real emo.
Sunny
like-
Day. I know Sunny Day Real Estate. That's what my girlfriend who was into that at the time said was emo.
Yeah, that's not.
That was in the 90s.
Yeah, that's not the real emo. That leans toward Midwest emo, or even but no, pop punk is a very real thing. It's very different than normal punk. They're just, people don't make that type of punk music as much anymore. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, punk bands, like a lot of the times, it have to sound like Green Day to get to the recognition that like Bad Brains and shit like that got to.
But I know fucking guys like fucking MGK and fucking Illinois, dude. And
no, this dude clearly sucks.
this
like,
guy is just such a fucking dork.
He sucks.
I just think like,
I mean, dude.
and what the fuck is with Megan Fox batting out of her league, man? I mean, what the fuck, dude? What are you, Muhammad Ali? I don't know.
Maybe he's got a monster, dude. You don't know.
I don't know. It's like, I don't know. Yeah, it could. Yeah, well, he's very tall, so maybe he has a penis that
He's
looks like his
tall,
body.
and he's real skinny. People say real skinny dudes usually have big ones. I don't know how true that is. I think it's just because they have less gunt.
I think he's got a long, thin penis with tattoos on it.
I've never seen it, so.
But it's fucking funny that he rips on fucking Slipknot. Here's the thing about ripping on somebody
Plus,
for being old.
Slipknot.
I'm not into Slipknot, but I heard the music and I was like, okay, well that's authentic. It's not something I'd like.
Oh yeah, no.
I like Ministry,
he's
but I don't
totally
like
doing
that.
like rip-off bullshit. But like, and another thing, Slipknot. You want to talk about being uncomfortable on stage? They're wearing all leather and and covering their
fucking
faces
masks. And those
wearing
masks.
fucking combat boots. That
He
probably
likes to
wear
point out when people are
3
weird.
fucking pounds.
He called them fucking weird masks, and he called Eminem's beard to be weird, and he likes to call people weird, which tells me he's a bully.
Eminem's beard is very weird.
He's a little bully. Hey, here's the thing.
But it's just because Eminem has brown hair now. Like, he doesn't.
Well, his
he's
fucking,
not committing to the blonde.
No,
thing
his
anymore.
fucking beard looked weird because he fucking dyed it. Because he's an old guy. But here's the thing. When you ripped on somebody for being old, here's the thing you're ripping on them for. You're ripping on them because they lost their fucking mojo. And that happens to a lot of people when they get old. But, like, on the other hand, Martin Scorsese made fucking Wolf of Wall Street when he was fucking 70. And, like, the average age of that was, like, 18 to 40. That was that audience. That was a huge fucking hit. For,
I'm gonna
like,
be
young
honest
people.
with you. It sounds like you're projecting a little bit.
Yeah.
Like,
well, no. Listen. Well, no
old
offense.
people-
Listen. No, I don't want to discourage you from making old jokes.
No, I
But
know,
let
I'm
me.
just
But
fucking with you,
but dude, you came out. But we don't choose when we come out of our mother's vaginas. That's completely arbitrary. That's not something you earn. Like, and if he did, his timing would be really shitty. That's nothing to brag about that you came out at the end. You decided to show up at the end. Why didn't you get born 20 years ago and enjoy life a little
I
bit?
get born 20 years ago.
But here's the thing, like, but you make fun of people for getting old because their music sucks. But his music sucks now. And also he's 31 and he's wearing he's painting his fingernails and shit.
Dude, I go through that.
Like he's in high school.
Approaching 30, like I go through that a lot whenever if I'm like out at thrift stores and shit like that. I'll look at something and I'll be like, does this look too young? Like, it's like, do I look too much like a 22-year-old? Would I look like that? It's genuinely got me to not buy.
Well, here's the problem. Well, no, that's a problem. Is like fashion wear, like what you wear. As I got older, I tried to keep things more and more simple, and because you don't want to end up looking like Johnny Depp.
Oddly, believe it or not, I feel like that's where I've come to.
But here's the thing, dude. You don't. No matter how old you get, you're never going to feel old. Like, you're going to physically know that you're old and that you're dying, but you're never going to you're always going to have the brain of a fucking 20-something-year-old. Like,
until
whoever you were at
dementia
25, yeah, until my dementia sets in like 5 years.
Or CTE, depending on what career you have. That kicks in later in life.
But here's the other thing: is this guy seems like a real asshole too. MGK seems like an actual dick.
No, he's probably unbearable to be around. I would also guess that he has rich parents.
Yeah.
And they kind of boisterous, and he maybe had some sort of. Because I've never really heard people say anything good about his rap music. I don't think he was I think he was on the poppier side of rap. You know what I mean?
It just seems boring. It feels like I think he didn't have money. I don't
know if I've ever heard a single.
I'm not sure he had money.
Song.
What he reminds me of, and a specific person who I know he just reminds me of this fucking guy, and it really feels like Kid Rock because it's like a guy. Well, Kid Rock was rich though, but it feels like a con, like somebody who got into music to make money, and specifically rap music because it was like that's something that a lot of people think. Oh, this is going to be really easy.
Yeah.
And so it's not that hard to be passable if you have a good producer, but but when you pick up, I just think I don't know. I think the music, and now he's just pulling another fucking con. And here's the thing: Slipknot at that same show that he fucking flipped out on, they showed a clip of Slipknot, and they were so nice. They were just like.
Anybody in bands like that are the nicest people on the planet. Like
metal guys,
or like people in like hardcore and shit like
Unless
that.
they're in Norway.
As long as you don't go into any sort of political shit, because they can get fucking absurd with that. But like punk kids and like hardcore kids and metal kids, like yeah, because I have buddies in bands. Like they lived with me for a while. Like one of my buddies, he was in like. The friend band, they always tried to find a place for me, but I was like, I don't have music. So
musicians are fucking. No, I lived with musicians.
But
musicians
yeah, exactly.
are cool as fuck.
And so, like, sometimes touring bands would come in and they'd crash at our
my house too.
Yeah, and like they're the most polite people on the fucking planet.
We had a huge house with like
clean up after themselves.
9 different bands in a recording studio in the basement.
Yeah, no, I lived in a
cool
tiny duplex, and it was like a 3-piece. 4 at most band, but like, yeah.
We had Groovski.
I mean, I think
the Vultures. This is a list of bands we had. We had Groovski. They were like a Polish fucking Joy Division kind of new wave band with like a Kim Deal side singer who ran for mayor, but that's a different story. And is hot as fuck. But and we had the Vultures, and then I had a band called Felonious Drunk with members of the Vultures. And then we had
Felonious.
Yeah, Felonious Drunk. And we had And then my landlord, the guy who owned the house, I was in Connecticut's premier Captain Beefheart tribute band. We had a band called the Villains.
Connecticut's premier
Captain Beefheart tribute. He was the front man. We had a band called Sex and Death USA. There was the guitar player from that band. We had, I think three of them were in one of them was in a jazz band.
Band called Jillian Carter stayed at my house. It's probably the biggest band.
Yeah.
That stayed at my house. A band called Rat Trap stayed at my house. My buddy's bands, their first one was called Chinese Dream. Chinese Dream, period. Like, it had a period at the end. That they made sure at all times. Like, anytime Chinese Dream was put up, it had a period at the end. That was...
Were any of them Chinese?
No. They literally, I forgot what the name they had before it, but they were like sitting at a Chinese restaurant after a practice one day, like when they first started practicing and working.
Was their album called Opiate for the Masses?
They just put out like an EP, a self-titled EP or something like that. They didn't like tour or anything like that. They pretty much stayed local. And then their second band was called Tall Geese.
Tall Geese?
But Tall Geese, no, it's Talgese. It was one of the robots on a Gundam series.
I just love guys in scary masks being nice to their audience, going like, he's wearing this fucking mask. It's one of the funniest fucking things ever, because he's going like, just want you guys to know, you guys have been with us since the beginning.
Yeah.
And we love you. And we're so glad you're here with us in Chicago. Chicago means a lot to us because this is where we first signed our first label deal. And we're going to dedicate this set to you. And it's like, dude, it's like I was telling you, it's like if Freddy Krueger offered you coffee. It's like, would you like some coffee? Would you like a drink? You seem sleepy.
Well, I mean,
you pulling an all-nighter? Want me to help you out?
It's usually like the people that you unexpected are the, it's always the super nice people to your face that are the fucking crazies.
Yeah, dude, I can't wait till fucking MGK
like I'm saying,
like
dude, but
turns
like,
to country music.
To get any sort of producer, like I bet you he came from money. His parents know somebody in the industry, and they were like, "We got a song here written by some dude from fucking Iceland or some shit." And we need a dumb white kid to do it. You guys got one of those. Tom Hanks' son wants to make his own music.
Oh, dude. He's going to bring rock and roll back to the edgier days of Avril Lavigne.
Yeah.
At least Avril Lavigne had the fucking gumption to hire writers. I mean, Jesus Christ. Seriously. Hit that song, that Paper Cut song. First of all, his voice sounded... I watched and this is not an age thing, by the way. Here's the other thing about the age thing. I watched the VMAs. And if I were fucking 25 years old, I would have hated them. I would have hated it.
What 25-year-old watches the VMAs?
Who watches the VMAs? What's the proper age group?
That's a good point. What I would probably guess high schoolers.
Okay, if I was in high school, I would really hate the VMAs.
I mean, like, the only time I ever watched MTV was when I was in high school. And that was just for, like...
Well, MTV was still important when I watched
TV.
it.
I mean, it was... whenever I was watching is whenever it was getting big for its reality TV.
I remember the first reality TV show was on there.
First Real World?
First Real World was the first real reality show.
Yeah, and then, like... So, like, once it got over that, though, and, like... It's dead now. Pretty much once they started MTV2 is when MTV died. That was like a weird cash grab.
No, you know what the shit was? Was Yo MTV Raps after school. That was the shit. That was the American Bandstand for fucking my generation.
Although I will say that is one of the, like, just an annoying statement just because you hear it so many times.
What, Yo MTV Raps?
No, MTV, they don't even play music anymore. Like, I mean, it's true, but, like... God, everyone has said that. Why are you reiterating?
It is weird that they did.
I mean,
it's kind of weird.
They even had they had TRL whenever I was watching it, like and shit like that. I mean, they played music videos, but they also did like the movie awards and shit.
I'll give you one that no one ever says is fucking Bravo used to be an arts channel.
Yeah, TLC used to be
a learning channel.
No, now it is though. It used to stand for like Tender Love and Care, and it was all.
I thought it was the learning channel.
That's what it is now. I'm saying, but it used to stand for Tender Love and Care, and it was all like very similar shit, but like more geared towards women than it even is now.
Bravo used to play like indie, like Stranger Than Paradise, and like
Yeah, I remember turning like
She's Gotta Have It and stuff, like
late
black
at
and
night.
white shitty
Yeah, late
movies.
at night they would always have like movies from the 50s and shit like that on Bravo. I remember as a kid. I wouldn't watch them, but
Well, what else do I want to say about MGK? I got nothing to say about him. I can't wait till he starts pulls a Hootie and the Blowfish or Kid Rock and does country music, and then becomes a right wing COVID
oh,
denier.
you mean Darius Rucker? Okay, I was like, Hootie and the Blowfish never made country music, but
Yeah,
the dude,
yeah.
the Hootie himself, Darius Rucker, yeah.
Yeah, Kid Rock did it too.
Kid Rock, yeah, but Kid Rock just realized his main audience and was like, all right,
Oh, yeah.
I'm leaning in.
Oh, that's
why
true.
That's why he, like, doesn't he, like, make sure all his merch is, like, $10 or $15 at the most so people can afford it, and, like, his shows tickets are always, like, at the most, like, $20 or something. Like, he goes out of his way to make shit affordable because he knows his fans are just white garbage. And like,
Dude,
I mean, the only time I've ever heard of a Kid Rock show going on was back home, and he was playing the county fair.
the only time I ever heard a Kid Rock song was 2 songs. First song would be his first rap song, his rap rock song, and that was in an episode, the first episode of The Shield, which is like this meathead cop show where like they torture suspects and it works and shit like that. Just dumb shit like that. And like they're busted into a drug dealer's house and they play
Torture
Kid Rock.
hasn't proven to work.
No, torture doesn't work.
I was kidding.
Oh,
I
okay.
was being
I didn't recognize.
sarcastic.
All right, so
You want to talk about torture? My relationship
but torture
with my
became very
ex-wife.
popular because back in the early aughts. Anyways,
It was pretty popular, like, very far back in history,
now
too.
when you have like
It was very popular
now
back in the day.
you go into some like my relatives who are Trump supporters, they own a restaurant, that'll be like you'll hear that Sweet Home
What kind of
Alabama
restaurant?
piece of shit. Fuck, it's just a diner. Actually, what's ironic is it's half Thai, half American.
You can get a cheeseburger or crystal noodles.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yes, and the owners are racist. No, I'm just kidding.
Don't dox
Don't
them.
dox me.
I don't know. They don't. I don't think anybody knows our names.
I feel like
so.
I just did.
feel like
I
people-
just did what Jimmy Dore did.
No, way less people will see this in that clip.
That's true. That's true.